The river's pearls. It was a beautiful moonlit night. The sky was studded with innumerable stars, and the breeze was soft and pleasant, carrying with it the sweetest of fragrances of the prettiest flowers you have ever seen. The Russells family was camping on the hilltop, enjoying every moment of nature's magic. It was just the kind of night for ancient folktales and legends of long, long ago.
I love camping here, Dad.
Tell us a story, Dad, an ancient legend, as you always do.
Let me see. You see those cranes there at the water's edge?
Oh, yes.
Do you know how they came to be? Tell us, Dad. Then listen. This happened a long, long time ago, when people knew nothing about pearls that they grow in tiny creatures called mussels in the rivers. There was a village on the banks of a river, just like this one. People of that village worked hard and lived happy lives, all except one. Yuck! I'm not gonna eat this. I've told you 1,000 times. I hate this broth. Make me some pie.
You good-for-nothing fool. All day your mother and I work in the fields, and all you do all day is to while your time lying lazily under the trees or canoeing on the river. The least you can do is to be thankful for what you get.
Thankful? To you? For what? Had my father been a king, I would have lived like a prince. I would have all the good food I wanted and lived in a palace. But I have to live in this dilapidated hut with the roof leaking.
I had asked you to pack that hole in the roof with fronds of bracken a whole week ago. If you cannot respect your home, you have no right to be in it. Get out! No supper for you today.
No supper for me today, as though it was the most delicious thing ever. Yuck! Drake went canoeing in the river. Suddenly, a flash of brilliant light hit his eyes. He saw that the light was coming from far beyond the bank. From within a dazzling, beautiful, gigantic mussel. Inside the mussel lay a lady, an angelic, delicate, gorgeous fairy wearing a belt of the shiniest, most beautiful pearls one has ever seen. Those pearls sparkled brighter than even diamonds. It was from this belt that the light had flashed at Drake. What is that? When he saw the beautiful belt, Drake was possessed by a desire to own it. All day, all night, he could think of nothing else but of possessing that belt of pearls. Oh, that belt would look so fine on me. I would look grander than the grandest of princes there ever was. I must have that belt. I simply must. If only I could get rid of those guards. So, every night he would go canoeing into the river just to look at that belt. Then one night, he saw that the angel in the mussel was fast asleep and none of her guards were there. Drake canoed near the bank, slowly, carefully. Then, getting off his boat, he tiptoed towards the mussel. He had made up his mind to steal the belt.
You want to steal this belt? That is why you're here, aren't you? You humans often want things that don't belong to you, isn't it? These are pearls that grow in mussels like that. I am the spirit of the river. I will let you borrow this belt for 3 months. If during that time you mend your ways, become kind and hardworking, you can keep the belt. But if you continue to be selfish and lazy, you will have to return the belt to me and be punished. Here, take it, and we shall meet after 3 months.
Drake wore the belt very proudly, and feeling very grand about himself, paddled to the village. Of course, he never meant to return the belt, nor did he harbor any intention of mending his selfish and lazy ways.
Return the belt? Not in a million years. I shall simply stop coming to the river. Then how will the river spirit catch me?
The next morning, Drake was up at the crack of dawn and sprinted out into the village so that he might show off his belt.
Hey, Drake, what a gorgeous belt!
Don't you dare touch it. Your poor, rustic, dirty hands will spoil it. Drake, can I wear this beautiful belt? Just for a second? How dare you even ask?
Drake, where'd you get that belt from? Did you steal it?
No, I have not stolen it. I found these pearls in the river.
You just found them in the river?
Yes, the river is full of them. They grow in those little mussels that look like closed shells.
People in the village heard that, and some of them were stricken by greed. They started to fish excessively, casting their nets unnecessarily into the river, hoping to catch mussels and find pearls.
I found the mussel! I found a mussel! What a pearl! Come on, cast the net. We must get those pearls. Think of the price they will fetch. We want those pearls.
Those greedy men killed many fish in their nets. The nets destroyed the tiny plants and algae that fed the fish. The number of fishes in the rivers reduced, and hence many birds and animals that relied on fish as their food died of starvation. People cut trees to make more boats, rendering so many birds homeless. People in the boats threw their rubbish in the river, and this caused the river to become dirty. Drake saw all of this, but instead of feeling bad for the river animals, for the river itself, he felt smug, for he had managed to fool so many people. 3 months passed.
3 months have passed. The river spirit? No. All I need to do is to stay away from the river. This belt is mine, and mine it shall remain forever.
Drake had no idea what was waiting for him. That night, he was suddenly awakened by an invisible power that forced him out of bed towards the canoe. He was made to sit in that canoe and paddle the canoe towards the bank where he had met the river spirit. Get out of the canoe and face her. Drake was scared. He wanted to scream, but he couldn't.
So, Drake, here you are. You thought you could get away from me so easily, could you? You had a chance to mend your ways, but you chose not to take it. Not for a second did you even try to be kind and hardworking, but instead you lied.
My father.
You lied that you had found the pearls in the river, and you stood mum when people believed your lie and created havoc for my poor creatures?
I am sorry.
No, you're not. You are not sorry at all. And why you? None of those other selfish humans. You breathe and live because nature maintains its delicate balance through the trees and rivers and animals, fishes and birds. You humans, those selfish among you, deserve to be punished.
What will you do?
You and all those people who ravaged my waters with your greed will pay. You will now live in a brood. Since you do not care for the rivers, from now on, you will have to live off the rivers and become a river animal. Since you do not respect all that nature gives you, right where you live, you will have to travel large distances just to be able to live. Since you take nature for granted, your very survival will depend on water, wind currents, and changing seasons. And so shall you and those selfish among you live forever and ever.
No! No!
And Drake and all the other selfish people who polluted the rivers turned into cranes, and true to the river spirit's curse. Cranes live in a brood. They live near rivers and have to live on fish. When winter comes, they have to fly thousands of miles to go to warmer climates and countries facing numerous dangers. They don't make the journey, they die.
We humans are really selfish. The rivers and seas should simply take all their pearls away.
That's what the river spirit did. She hid all her pearls deep into the heart of the river, making them very, very difficult to get.